Hi, I'm Samuel L. Jackson, and you're watching WatchMojo.
There's more to him than meets the eye. Oh yeah, we went there. Hey guys, welcome to WatchMojo. I'm Rebecca, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Nick Fury moments.
I'm just a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Bitch, please, you've been to space.
That means we're taking a look at Nick Fury's defining moments from the first 3 phases of the MCU. And guess what? I got the chance to sit down with Samuel L. Jackson and ask him his favorite Nick Fury moment. Let's see what the man had to say.
We at WatchMojo, we do top 10 lists. So we're going to be doing top 10 Nick Fury moments. And I was wondering if you have a top Nick Fury moment.
My top Nick Fury moment? Winter Soldier in the car.
So, did we agree with Nick Fury or not? Let's get to the list and see. Number 10, Saved by S.H.I.E.L.D. Avengers Age of Ultron.
Where else am I gonna get a view like this?
Glad you like the view, Romanoff. It's about to get better.
After the events of Captain America the Winter Soldier, S.H.I.E.L.D.'s reputation is shattered, and it remains uncertain if Fury will be able to restore the agency's good name. Similarly, the Avengers find themselves in disarray when Ultron plots to destroy the world. With an army at Ultron's disposal and a floating city ready to drop, the Avengers are prepared to go down fighting. Just when all hope seems lost, however, Fury pulls a Han Solo and provides some much-needed backup in a helicarrier.
Fury, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?
This moment is triumphant on multiple levels. It's a classic last-minute rescue that catches our heroes and the audience off guard, but it's also a sign that S.H.I.E.L.D. is back and better than ever. Number 9, Got My Eye on You, Iron Man 2.
That thing in your chest is based on unfinished technology.
No, it was finished. It was never been particularly effective until I miniaturized it and put it in my...
No. Howard said the arc reactor was a stepping stone to something greater.
Nick Fury has acted as something of a father figure to the Avengers. Considering that Tony Stark has his fair share of daddy issues, he needs Fury's advice perhaps more than anyone. In a heart-to-heart with Iron Man, Fury discusses Howard Stark and his history with the Vanko family. More importantly, he talks about the expectations Howard had for his son. Despite not being the most affectionate or supportive father, Howard always knew Tony had the potential for greatness and would complete his life's work. Fury leaves with the bombshell that Howard was a founder of S.H.I.E.L.D., as well as a puzzle that only Tony can solve. Oh, and of course he can't part ways without delivering a one-liner we were all waiting for.
Oh, and Tony, remember, I got my eye on you.
Number 8, Carol shows Fury her powers. Captain Marvel.
Did you have a rough day, Agent Fury?
It was cool. You know, had a space invasion, big car chase, got to watch an alien autopsy. Typical 9 to 5.
While Captain Marvel is a Carol Danvers origin story, it also delves into the backstory of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s future director. This amounts to a buddy picture that's kind of like 48 Hours with superpowers. Speaking of which, Fury is initially skeptical of Carol after seeing her in action. Carol isn't exactly eager to place her trust in Fury either. Sitting down at a bar, Carol bombards Fury with a series of personal questions to determine if he's a Skrull in disguise. We learn some fun facts about Fury, including that he can't eat toast diagonally.
Name a detail so bizarre a Skrull could never fabricate it.
A toast is cut diagonally, I can't eat it. You didn't need that, did you?
No, I didn't, but I enjoyed it.
Wait, could that mean the Fury in Age of Ultron is a Skrull? In any case, Fury convinces Carol, who proves she's not a Skrull with a display of her powers.
Prove you're not a Skrull. And how is that supposed to prove to me you're not a Skrull?
That's a photon blast.
And?
A Skrull can't do that.
Number 7, Fury disintegrates. Avengers Infinity War.
What is it?
Multiple bogeys over Wakanda.
Same energy signature as New York?
10 times bigger.
Tell Klein we'll meet him at...
Fury is mostly MIA throughout Infinity War, but he turns up with Maria Hill during a post-credit scene. When Thanos snapped his fingers, Wakanda and Titan weren't the only places that saw mass casualties. As cars halt and helicopters crash, the snap spreads throughout the rest of the universe like the plague. When Hill disintegrates in front of him, Fury decides to break out the big guns. In the midst of turning to dust and almost dropping the F-bomb, Fury is given just enough time to transmit a distress signal to Carol Danvers. Even with this ray of hope, we can't think of a more brutal cliffhanger. It has the essence of an apocalypse movie, but the rapture is a birthday party compared to this.
Oh no. Mother.
Number 6, keep both eyes open. Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
I'm glad you're here, Nick.
Really? Because I thought you had me killed.
You know how the game works.
Nothing is ever what it seems in Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Even the film itself is a conspiracy thriller disguised as a superhero movie. Likewise, S.H.I.E.L.D. senior official Alexander Pierce is exposed as an undercover Hydra leader. This snake in the grass seemingly manages to kill Nick Fury, who had trusted Pierce as a friend and colleague. It's Fury who gets the last laugh, however, as he confronts Pierce alive and well. Pierce still thinks he has the upper hand, seeing as how it takes 2 high-ranking members to unlock the database, and Fury's retinal scan was deleted. In the most badass way possible, Fury teaches Pierce that in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
You don't think we wiped your clearance from the
I
system?
know you erased my password, probably deleted my retinal scan. But if you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary, you need to keep both eyes open.
Number 5, you've been asleep, Cap. Captain America, the First Avenger. Awakening in a retro hospital room after presumably making the ultimate sacrifice, it appears Steve Rogers might actually get a happy ending. Both Rogers and the audience can tell something is off, however, with an old radio broadcast being a dead giveaway. Coming to the realization that he's on a 1940s set, Rogers finds himself in the center of modern-day Times Square where Nick Fury awaits.
Hey, soldier.
It's Fury who must break the news that Cap's been sleeping for 70 years. Fury may technically be younger, but it's Rogers who needs guidance as he steps into a brave new world.
We thought it best to break it to you slowly.
Break what?
You've been asleep, Cap, for almost 70 years.
Cap isn't ready to hang up the shield and costume yet, though, as Fury informs him that there are more wars left to fight.
Is there anything you can tell us about the Tesseract that we ought to know now?
You should have left it in the ocean.
Number 4, Fury loses an eye. Captain Marvel. During one of his talks with Cap, Fury briefly touches upon how he ended up with an eye patch, although he doesn't go into the nitty-gritty.
Last time I trusted someone, I lost an eye.
When it was revealed that Captain Marvel would feature a young Fury in the Skrulls, many fans put 2 and 2 together. Fury trusted someone who was actually a Skrull and lost his eye in an act of betrayal, right? Not exactly. Fury places his faith in a cat named Goose, which turns out to be a flurkin.
That's not a cat. That's a flirkin.
A flirkin?
Nevertheless, Fury still treats Goose like an adorable kitty, resulting in a blinding scratch.
Mother flirkin!
You okay?
Yeah, it's just a scratch.
While we can see why some fans may consider this an anticlimactic explanation, it is truly a hilarious twist that subverts expectations with an inspired bit of troll humor.
So is it true that the Kree burned your eye out because you refused to give them the Tesseract?
I will neither confirm nor deny the facts of that story.
Understood.
Number 3, there was an idea, the Avengers.
These were in Phil Coulson's jacket.
Guess he never did get you to sign them.
As the founder of the Avengers, Fury is the glue that holds these heroes together. The Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. hit a low point when Agent Phil Coulson apparently dies during Loki's escape. Making lemonade out of lemons, Fury uses Coulson's death as a catalyst to assemble our feuding heroes. Coulson's blood on Captain America's cards is a powerful image, but it's Fury's words that get under Tony and Steve's skin. Fury delivers a powerful speech about the idea behind the Avenger Initiative, which almost sounds like Kevin Feige's pitch meeting for the MCU.
There was an idea.
Stark knows this. Called the Avengers Initiative. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people. See if they could become something more.
Our heroes are not ready to let that idea die with Coulson, motivating them to avenge him. He may be missing an eye, but Fury still has a gift for putting everything into perspective.
Well, it's an old-fashioned notion.
Number 2, Fury lives. Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Propulsion systems offline.
Then reboot, damn it!
Even when he's standing around talking, Fury is the coolest guy in the room. In The Winter Soldier, however, we get to see Fury in action like never before. Fury is one of those characters we always expect to be in control, which makes it all the more jarring when he's ambushed and shot down by the Winter Soldier. As Fury lies motionless on a table and Natasha looks over his body, the stakes are raised to new heights. Fortunately, Fury isn't quite dead yet. He merely faked his death in a plan to take down Hydra.
About damn time.
Although it would have been an ambitious move to actually kill off Fury, this twist ultimately works to the story's advantage, and guarantees Fury's reign of awesomeness is not over.
Why all the secrecy? Why not just tell us?
Any attempt on the director's life had to look successful.
Can't kill you if you're already dead. Besides, I wasn't sure who to trust.
Well, Samuel L. Jackson was wrong, I guess. Well, while his Nick Fury moment is a great moment, it's only our number 2. So let's wait until after these honorable mentions to see what we chose as number 1.
Well, now's probably not the best time, but I'd like to have a lengthy conversation with you about that. It might get loud.
And I owe you that. But right now, we owe Garrett a punch in the teeth, wouldn't you say? This packs a pretty good punch. Look me in the eye and tell me you're going to shut him down.
You're not the director of me.
I'm not the director of anybody. I'm just an old man who cares very much about you. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to exit the donut. You're a very difficult person to contact, Spider-Man.
How desperate are you? You call on such lost creatures to defend you.
How desperate am I? You threaten my world with war. You steal a force you can't hope to control. You talk about peace, and you kill because it's fun. You have made me very desperate. You might not be glad that you did.
Not quite at the end yet. Almost there, though. Just be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. All right, back to business. Number 1, the Avenger Initiative, Iron Man. Upon meeting Captain Marvel, Fury is inspired to create the Protector Initiative, which he promptly renames. Of course, Fury sits on this plan for about 13 years until Tony Stark announces to the world that he is Iron Man. Sticking around until the credits completely roll has become an MCU tradition, and it all started with this legendary stinger.
Jarvis, welcome home, son. I am Iron Man. You think you're the only superhero in the world? Mr. Stark, you become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
Even if you had no idea who Nick Fury was, seeing Samuel L. Jackson pop up at the end of Iron Man was an epic surprise for everyone. Only the die-hard Marvel fans truly understood the gravitas of this cameo, though. When Fury mentions the Avenger Initiative, comic book readers knew that they were in store for a cinematic universe that just might work.
Who the hell are you? Nick Fury, director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh.
I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
So what do you guys think? Was Sam Jack right or were we right? What's your favorite Nick Fury moment? Also, are there any other MCU characters you'd like to see a moments list for? Let us know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe and check out this other video.